Okay, it has been so long since I've shared a practice with all of you. Thank you for your patience. I've had so much go on. I am excited to announce that I have literally gone all in with my business Watch Ya language, opening up space in Newcastle, but also sharing online. Watch Your Language is a place to regulate the nervous system, to rewire the brain, and a place to shift our self-talk for good. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about the Watch Your Language Hub and how it can help you or your teenagers, or maybe bring it to your corporate spaces and schools, jump on over to my website, watchyalanguage.com. I'll put the link down into the comments, but you will be seeing me much more on here now, establishing a bit of an online presence. I've just started a podcast and I want to start to share out some online yoga training and teaching, but also movement. So super pumped to be here. I think I never plan anything, as you guys know, but I think this is going to be a playful, slow hips and hamstrings and balance kind of flow. It'll be a strong practice, but there's always modifications. I'm going to recommend that you have 2 yoga blocks. They are really nice in some of these shapes. If you don't have blocks, just do your best. So with that, listen to your body. It will always be your biggest teacher, not anyone at the front of the room. Have fun, be kind to yourself, be observant of the physical body, the somatics of the body and how it reacts or responds, and enjoy your practice. So I'm Meg, it's a pleasure to share with you. Let's start right here. So I'm going to get you just to close down your eyes as we just land for a few moments here. So about half an hour of movement. An opportunity to get in the body and to recognize what's going on. If we don't ask the questions, then how are we to know? So right here, I want you to just see if you can roll your shoulders back gently and open your heart. And notice straight away how that makes you feel. Our phones and devices are literally closing off our bodies, right? They roll our shoulders in, we're becoming like shut down in our physical selves. And that then blocks access to our prefrontal cortex, the place in our brain where we're able to choose. So presence can only come from when we see. In my book, Watch Your Language, I talk on the Be Here method, and the first 3 steps are what we're going to do now. In this breath in and out, I want you to land in your body. And I want you to just gently ask yourself the question, what do you see? Maybe you see tension around the shoulders, bloating around the belly. Maybe there's right hip pain or lower back difficulty. Whatever you see, do not judge. Just gently call it out. Give yourself permission to sit with what's here as we now move into the emotions. So what is it that you now feel? So ask yourself the question, hey body, what do I feel right now? Do you feel anxious or worried or scared or open or curious or playful or joyful? None of it is bad or good, it just is. Do not label it, but just let yourself be in it. I see you, body. I feel you, emotion, and it's okay. It's okay. It's here anyway. So surrender to it. Yield. It is what it is. And notice by surrendering, your whole body softens. There's no tension around it or judging. You allow yourself to just be. And then with this next breath in and breath out, I want you to ask yourself the question. This is the question that brings us to presence. And it's the ability to ask ourselves, what is it that my heart needs right now? Do you need to set any boundaries today? Do you need to be gentle on yourself today? Do you need a bit of fire and a bit of push and a bit of motivation? Do you need to slow down? Do you need to stop? You don't know the answer to that question if we don't pause. So every day as you move through your day, it doesn't have to be right now in your yoga practice. Just take 10 seconds to ask your body what you're feeling, to tune into what emotion you're experiencing, and then ask yourself the question, what do I need right now? And it's a 10-second practice to regulate the nervous system and bring you back to safety. So with that, place your hand on your belly. Your next inhale, feel the belly rise. Let it travel up into your ribs and then up into the lungs and the chest. And then exhale, deflate the chest, deflate the rib cage, and then soften the belly. Inhale, belly, rib cage, lungs. Exhale, lungs, rib cage, and belly. Take 5 more breaths here. Stimulating cranial nerve 10, your vagus nerve, the wandering nerve, connecting your gut and your brain and reminding you that you are safe. Gently open your eyes. And we're going to take an inhale, just open the heart space, and then exhale, like round the spine, but don't lift the traps. Inhale, open, and exhale, round, heart pulls in. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Last one. And exhale. All right, so from here, we're gonna start to come onto all fours. Many of you know on this channel, I really like to move 3-dimensionally. I'm a movement teacher, and I love just exploring the body, getting a little bit primal. So we'll see what comes in this practice today. So I'm gonna invite you to, just what I'm doing here, slowly and unstructured, I want you to move through your wrists and your fingers and your spine. There's a sense of curiosity as you start to investigate the body you're in today. So it's not necessarily just your cat-cows, it's exploring different spaces, creating shapes. You can make this as effortless as you like, or you can sort of bring a bit of strength into it if you feel ready. So we're spending at least another 10 breaths here. Don't be afraid to use the space in the floor. Like if you've got space, like open the body out. Feel free to just roll around and play. Investigating the spine, shoulders, neck. We, for many of us, especially if you're watching this video, are consistently using devices and chairs and phones. And what's happening over time is that we're actually becoming these devices. We're becoming stiff and rigid. So it's up to us to balance the body physically with the things that we do a lot of. So if you're spending over 5 hours on your phone, then you might want to spend a lot of time then opening up the body. So we've got 2 more breaths here. Just exploring, rippling, rolling, being creative. So we might bring a few primal moves into this practice. So we're going to tuck our toes and keep the feet wide, and then push your hands back and land yourself into a squat. Now, using your hands on the ground, get yourselves open into the hips, inner thighs open. Explore this very natural movement that we're, again, missing out on so much from the world we live in. So from our squat position, what we're going to think about now is lifting up those hips and just allowing yourself to sway and get into the hamstrings. So we're going to make our way to the top of the mat in a bear crawl. So slowly just start to lean into those hands and bring your feet to the back of the wrists. And what you'll find is going to warm up through your hamstrings a lot. Take your time, there's no need to rush. We'll arrive at the top of our mat into a forward fold. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful, bring the feet back wide again and revisit into your squat. Nice, what's going to happen here, a bit of fun with this, we're going to bring the hands down, place them between, like almost like you go in crow pose, but we're not hooking them with the knees, push into the hands and then jump the feet back. Hands and then feet. And then we're going to take that forward a little bit too. So hands, feet, and hands, and feet. Maybe there's one more here, maybe feeling those legs warm up. We'll find ourselves back into a squat. Right hand down, left hand up. Inhale and exhale. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. From here, press into those hands and soften your knees again, forward fold. Hopefully we're warming up a little bit here. We're going to take an inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. From where you are, slowly ripple all the way up your body and come to stand. Take an inhale straight away, lengthen through the hands, and then exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, slowly walk yourself back to a high plank, keeping your shoulders over your wrists the whole time. Establish this strong connection, pressing the scapula apart. So think about joints being stacked, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and then pull your heart space in and up, and the belly then lifts. Squeeze your butt cheeks together, take an inhale, and then exhale to child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Now have a look at this. We're gonna again have a bit of a play here. Don't worry if you don't get it first time. Sweep yourself all the way through to your belly. Untuck your toes. We're gonna bring the right arm out to the right. So my right wrist is directly in line with my right shoulder coming to the left hand. We're going to inhale, sweep the left leg up and over, scorpion twist, and then exhale back. Left arm comes out to the left, and we're going to inhale, scorpion twist, and then come back. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit fun. I'm going to demonstrate, and you can always pause the video. This is a cool thing with YouTube, and we can give it, I love this movement. So right arm up to the right, we're going to come onto the left fingers, and we're going to sweep that right leg around and place the left foot down. We're going to come back to our bellies and do the other side. Left arm out to the left, right leg comes over, sweep the left leg through, and we sit up, opening the hip joint. So let's have a bit of a play with this now. So with your own breath, right arm out to the right, left leg comes through, right leg comes through, plant the left foot down, and inhale, open. Exhale, come back down, and find your way back to your belly. Left arm out to the left, come onto right fingers, right foot goes over, left leg sweeps around, come onto the right heel. Inhale, open, and exhale back down. We'll go 2 more. And again, please don't worry if you're not getting this, just stay with the scorpion twist. But again, maybe you have a bit of a play and a practice afterwards. It's never ever about perfecting it. We never get there. It's actually just about having fun. And it's really interesting to observe the mind in things like that, to think, oh, why am I getting this? Why doesn't it look like that? You know, and we create what's called tension. That's called judging and criticism, and that puts our body in a state in our nervous system that doesn't serve us. So take a moment here, bring your right arm in front and roll over to your back. Nice. So bringing the knees up, and what we're going to start to do here is rock and roll. So a few little fun movements here to start our practice this morning. And when you rock and roll, can we come up and catch ourselves into boat pose? Wait. So holding here for a full breath in and exhale, roll. Again, come up and catch boat pose. And then roll. 2 more like this, catch boat pose. And then roll. Last one, come up and catch boat pose. And just holding here. Now you're welcome to stay here, or we're going to bring it into a hollow body hold. Engage through the belly and bring every vertebrae down. Shoulders stay off. Every vertebrae is on the ground. You're establishing this core connection now. Now you can stay here so long as the spine's on the ground. Keep your neck long though, so I don't want to pull my chin into my chest. And maybe you extend those legs out, keeping every vertebra down. Really breathing here. Point the toes, squeeze the quads. Spine stays on the ground. Neck is long. We're going to hold for 10. 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in, coming up. I'm going to turn to face the front for this one. We're now just going to come into a side bend sit. So as we come into this position, the right foot's on the outside of the left quad, and you slowly start to tilt the hips. Now, I'm going to just shamelessly plug a friend of mine. I've never met him, but I've been following him for plenty of years. And his name's Callan, and he runs a channel called Movement Parallels Life. I'll put his details in the comments. He does some incredible floor work practices that are just beautiful for landing in your body, creating better mobility and movement. But in essence, they're just feel-good practices, and I've loved what I've learned from Callan in my own movement practice and movement world, and I try to bring it into yoga as often as possible. So you can stay with this, or we can start to bring ourselves up and open into the hips. So again, trying to really create some length down into the hip flexors and the quads and the groins. Make this as fluid as you like. Maybe even trying to keep those hands off, and then open and extend. So a couple more here. And by this stage, you should be pretty warm in your body. We'll go 1 or 2 more. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, what we're going to do is just turn ourselves to face the front of the mat if you weren't already. We're going to rock up into a chair pose. So we're going to do a few rock and rolls here. It's establishing the core, and however you get there, we're going to find our way to our first chair pose. So finding your way into chair, and we need to soften those shoulders down. We're actually going to drop the hips for this one, and then bring those hands back straight away, starting to bring activity, engagement. If you look at my knees are directly over the ankles. I teach this way. The knee is a hinge joint, so we want knee over ankles, inner thighs on, belly pulling in and up, hands go back, squeeze the scapula. Can you come onto your toes and lift your heels? Breathe in, breathe out. From here, those hands come forward, take an inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Well done. Halfway lift, you can use your blocks or the floor and try to have that really nice flat back. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat. Keep your right knee over that right ankle and drop the knee down. This is where these 2 blocks may come in nice and handy. Now, from here, we want to lift up the chest. If your lower back is tight today, you're going to come up a little bit higher and tuck your tailbone under like this. But if you're feeling good in your low back, let's get right into the hip flexor and the quad of the left. So you're pressing down into that right heel, and then we're going to inhale, draw those hands up, And exhale, open the heart. Can you pull your right heel in towards your left knee and vice versa? So they're coming in like this. Feeling that whole left quad just open up. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, coming into a hamstring stretch. Again, there's 2 blocks here. Please use them if you've got them. So extending that right leg out long and just tune in. What is the conversation going on right now with your body and your hamstring? Breathe. Now taking your blocks with you, if you've got them, we're going to re-bend that front knee. Placing them forward, tuck the back toe, lean into that front knee. We have our supported warrior 3. So we want this left hip not too high, and I'm squaring my femur bone, the left femur bone to the mat. Kick away with the big toe mound of the back foot, and then lengthen through those arms and squeeze your scapula. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, slowly establishing our step back to crescent lunge. Left toes touch back of the mat, and we're finding our way into a high crescent lunge. Now, if you can, we're going to get into that back hip flexor again by stretching and pushing away with that back heel on the left. Right knee, right ankle in alignment. Loosen your right toes a bit. Take an inhale, lift up through those hands. Have a look at this beautiful transition. Exhale, start to sweep to the left. Push into the right blade edge of the foot. Open the left toes out to the left. And we land into what's called our rainbow warrior. Open your left rib cage. Keep pressing into that blade edge. Your left knee is over your left ankle here. And then sink into the hips. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, sweep the hands back. This is a really nice transition as well. Right foot faces forward. Come onto your left tippy toes. You're in a lunge. Left hand goes down, right hand comes upward, twisting here. Good, breathe in, breathe out. Now I've been loving using blocks for this. If they're there, use them. Bring both hands down to the ground. Round your upper back first. Keep the shoulders over the wrist and hover the right knee in towards the nose. Hold for 3, hold for 2, and 1. Step the right foot back to meet the left high plank. Elbows in, exhale, low plank, pause. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to take some time to work into a really nice hip movement and some straight arm work, our monkey crawl. Dropping the body down, you're going to bring your right hand in front of your left foot, and we're just going to do this slow crawl. So we go right hand, left hand, lift up the hips and transfer the feet. Again, left hand, right hand, and transfer. We'll go 4 more. Right, left, hips lift, and then left and right. Push the floor away and think about floating the feet. Just 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. You're at the back of your mat here. Walk yourself all the way back into your high plank. Take an inhale, and this time exhale, child's pose. Well done. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, coming back up. Know that you can rest at any time. So we're going to jump straight into a chair pose. Have fun with this. You are welcome if you practice handstand to do a handstand little hop into it. I'm going to let you be creative. Wherever you go, we're finding our way to chair pose. So take your time, have a play. You might fall. And embrace those falls. It's all part of the practice. Just give things a go. Taking an inhale here and stay for your exhale. Nice. Take 1 more breath in and just exhale, fold forward. Well done. Half lift, breathe in. Slowly step the right foot to the back of the mat this time and drop the right knee down. So again, blocks are towards the front. Press down through that left heel and slowly find your way to your low lunge. Think about this hip flexor here and the quadricep and the psoas muscle. We want to get length into that. So push down through the left heel and then pull your left heel in and your right quad in together. So you're establishing like this strength here. Now breathe in on your next inhale, lift your hands, and exhale, open into the chest. Take another inhale, lift up, and exhale again, we find our hamstrings. Blocks are so helpful. Now, I used to be a practitioner not so long ago where I was like, oh, blocks are like for sissies, right? It's harder if I don't use them. It's a bit more hardcore, maybe a bit more badass and don't want to use them, but they help so much. They are your friends and they don't necessarily make things easier. Wherever you are, take an inhale. Now slowly, we're going to bring those blocks with us, supported. Warrior 3. We kick back with that right foot. Right femur bone faces mat, hips are square. And then establish connection. Shoulder blades draw in and up. You're softening that left knee as much as you need, but your back leg is like a big donkey kick away. Right hip draws down here. Breathe in. Breathe out. So slowly, crescent lunge. There's no rush. Again, if it feels good in your spine, we're going to go low. Get right into those hips. Again, if we're sitting in chairs, we want to lengthen this. Our chair sitting is compressing it. So stretch the muscles of your feet. Lift that back kneecap up. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, sweep slowly over to the right. Turn right foot open, right knee opens, blade edge of left foot, and we find our way to rainbow warrior. Breathe into the right side of the body. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep back. Hands touch the floor. Turn left foot forward, right tippy toes. Right hand goes down. Inhale, twist. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the hands down, find the blocks. From here, pause, don't rush this. Stack joints, shoulders, elbows, wrists, just like we did in the monkey crawl. Lift the left knee in towards the nose. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Take an inhale, chaturanga, exhale, pause. 3, 2, 1. Back bend, breathe in. Drop the knees, breathe out, okay? So take a few breaths here. We've been having a little bit of fun, but also some relatively strong poses. So I'm going to share with you a really nice, now that our hamstrings are warm and wrists and shoulders, a nice way to practice coming into a version of handstand called an L kick. This is, I feel, something everyone can do and give a go, but please listen to your options. We're definitely warm to give this a go, so we've warmed up the core and the shoulders. What we're looking for, we need to have really nice open shoulders for this, so hence why we do these things in yoga, to bring ourselves back from this chair sitting and phone use. I see so many of my clients like this, and it's actually ruining us, that a body like this is communicating with our nervous system that we don't feel safe. And if we don't feel safe, then our dialogue is going to be shit. So we want to really keep this open, and that way we can be kinder to ourselves and see gratitude and have fun like this. So fingers spread nice and long. I'm going to demonstrate first. This is your first option. Your right foot's going to come forward and the left leg goes back, kind of like you're about to sprint for a race. What I'm looking for is to establish this hips over shoulders. That's why I did the gorilla crawl before, to think about pressing down and lifting up so we're getting this stack. So the first option is this. You'll keep the right foot on the ground and you'll kick up with that left leg and then come back. Right? You'll kick up and then come back. Now, that's if you are not too familiar with handstands. Please stay with that, because if we try to jump up and we're not ready, it's just the ego taking over, and that's when injuries can happen. So the other option, if it feels good for you, is we're not going fully up in a handstand. It's just trying to catch a little bit. So same setup, but this time you might just even get a little bit of height. See how like little that was? A tiny, tiny bit of height. If it's there for you a little bit more, you keep the back leg straight, and maybe you get for a little bit more, about 80%. If it's there for you, you can start to work towards more this 90, catch it for a little bit, and then slowly come back down. Now, they're gonna cook your legs. My quads are just cooking, just demonstrating that. So I'm gonna give you the option to go 3 to 5 of them on your right and on your left. So I'm gonna go for 5 each side. You're welcome to stay in my time. So I'm gonna do the left leg first because I just cooked the right. So wherever you are, we're gonna give one a go, whether you leave the foot on the ground or not. Lift up, feel. That feels good. Then we're gonna go for 5. Arms are nice and straight. Try to keep that back leg straight as you move through. We're looking for consistency here in repetition. If you happen to go over, it's a cartwheel. When you've done your 5, maybe catch at the top for a little bit, have a play, have a feel, and then pause. Woo! So we've got 5 on the other side, and just a little funky movement-based practice today. So let's set up straight into that other side. We've got one more little standing bit to go, so a little bit over half an hour I'm thinking today. So pushing down through that right heel, again, maybe it's just here, lift, and then back, or have a little play with that L kick handstand. Cartwheel out of it if you go too far, but really just try to think about getting minimal off the ground if this is new for you, and just getting in a sense of playfulness. Yeah, that last one, maybe catch it, have a play, and then wherever you are, we land in a squat. Woo! Breathe in, breathe out. Well done. So from your squat position, the back of your mat, what we're going to do from here is just slowly lift up the hips. And again, we're going to bear crawl ourselves forward. It's such a nice movement. So lean into your hands and bring your feet to the back of your wrists. Forward, forward to the top of your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Blocks are at the top of your mat. From here, ripple up your spine. Last little bit of standing practice to go. Take an inhale, stay for your exhale. Come into a little bit of a squat here and lift your left foot off the ground, just a tiny bit. Now engage the left femur bone into the socket and extend the left leg out in front to a mini pistol squat. So you can pull those toes back, but really flex and squeeze the left quad. From here, start to straighten and lift the left leg up to your degree. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend the left knee. Your blocks are on the ground. Start to slowly open the left hip. The hip is a ball and socket joint. When we sit in chairs, we train it to be a hinge. Your right hand finds the block and we set up Ardha Chandrasana. Now, left hand to hip. Now, can you turn your sternum to the left? So establishing this connection first. Can you kick away with the big toe mound of that left foot? Squeeze your quad. Maybe that left hand comes up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Slowly from here, bring the hand back down. Using the other block if you've got it, left hand to block, right hand to hip. A little bit of cooking going on in this right hamstring. Turn your sternum to face the other way. Keep this back leg nice and strong, and if you've got that, maybe you lift up this hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. I know this is a difficult shape. Square off your hips here. Slowly step left foot to back of mat. Warrior 2. Again, what's going on with your face and your self-talk? If it's unkind, it means you have shifted from a regulated state down into your fight flight. From your warrior 2, squeeze your back quad, press into the left, press into the right heel, and your right knee is over right ankle. Inhale, flip and reverse. And then exhale from here, Parsvottanasana, right elbow to knee. And then take a moment, we want to open the left chest, so turn your sternum to the left. If you can maintain that, right hand to block or floor, left hand comes up. If you can maintain that and the left chest open, bring the left hand over. 3 breaths here. You're doing really well, guys, we're nearly there. From here, take an inhale. As you exhale, close off the body. Option for side plank. Left hand comes down. You can bring it to supported side plank. That right foot comes under. This is stacked. Maybe you choose another option. Tree pose option, foot to ankle. Or if you're feeling it, you can go right up into star. Take a full breath in. Bring right hand down. Chaturanga. Elbows in, shift forward, with the blocks. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Back to down dog. All right. Oi, how's the breath? How's that self-talk? What's your body telling you? Again, any tension, jaw tension, neck tension, face tension. Again, this links into our cranial nerves, which can communicate with our nervous system you're not safe. I guarantee you are. You're not being chased by a tiger or a lion. You're actually okay. So on your next breath in and out, communicate to your body that you're good. When you're ready, your journey to the top of the mat. Jump, step, float, fly, maybe handstand. Half lift, breathe in, and exhale, fold. Here we go. Chair pose, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now hover the right foot off just a little bit, Now extend it out in front, it's like a mini pistol squat. Squeeze your right femur bone in. Come to stand. Keep the rib cage drawing down though. We don't want to overextend here. Now bend the right knee. So, you know how hard it is to talk and do this? Slowly open the right hip. So keep it open. Right hand to right hip. Left hand to a block, left shoulder over left wrist. Start to turn your sternum to the right. Now, if you've got that, stay. If it's really wobbly, just stay. Look down if you need to, but if you've got that and this back leg is strong, back quad strong, maybe that right hand lifts. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, slowly, we're transitioning to revolved. So you're using your other block, or if you've just got one, just transition. Right hand to block, hips square. Yeah, we've been here before. Supported warrior 3. Right hand stays down, left hand to hip. All right, from here, turn your sternum to the left. Kick away with the big toe out of the right. And if you can open that left side of the chest, open the arm. Hold for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. Warrior 2. Take your time. Now establish your feet first. Turn the left foot open, left knee over left ankle. Press into blade edge of back foot, and then the arms come up. We don't want this. You want to soften. Soften your face and your jaw. It's just warrior 2. Might be difficult, but we don't have to run from it. From here, inhale, flip the front palm, reverse. Parsvakonasana, side angle. So bring the left elbow to the knee. You want to open the chest here. So that's really important that happens first. Hand comes down. Keep the right side of the chest open and maybe that hand comes up. Look towards the hand if it's there. Or if you can keep that right shoulder open, come into extended side angle. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is it, guys. Close off the shape. Right hand comes down. Press back with the right foot. Start to make your way to your version of side plank. Again, you can establish supported side plank here. It's a really nice place to be. Or maybe you find your destination, whatever that is. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands down. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, just because we're here and we've done a few little primal movements, we're going to do what's called a worm. So I'm coming off the mat because my mat's really rubbery and can be sticky. So the floor is a little bit slippery. This is a really beautiful spinal movement. We're just going to give 3 of these a go. What's going to happen from here is I'm going to lift up my hips. All right, so lifting up the hips, and then again, just watch this first one. I'm going to push into the hands and tuck my chin, round the upper back, and roll forward. That's 1. So we're going to do 3 of these. Give it a go. I'm going to come back a little bit. It's a really nice spinal articulation movement that you can do if we sit in chairs a lot. It's a bit of fun. So don't look towards the camera like what I'm doing. I want you to just do your best here to listen to the cues. Lift up your hips first, chin on the ground. Push into the hands, tuck the chin, push up, and then ripple and roll forward. That's 1. Let's go for 2. Hips, chin, ripple, and roll. Woo! 1 more. Hips, chin, ripple, and roll. Wherever you are, roll over onto your back. Take a moment here. We are going straight into Shavasana. We twisted, turned, played, got strong. It's so important to rest. So let your shoulders melt. Soften your jaw and your face. Turn your palms up to open your heart and land into immense awe and gratitude of your body right now. Look what you just did. Just take it in. I really invite, if you can stay longer, stay. But please bring your hands to your body and touch your body. A reminder that when we are triggered in our environment and we feel our nervous system bump from safe to unsafe, by placing your hands on your body, you remind you to come back to your vehicle, to tune in and check in. What do you see? I see you, body. And what do you feel? What emotion do you feel? And in 10 seconds, you can actually go, all right, what is it my heart needs? So here, as you lay your hands on your body, take a moment to tune in. What do you notice? What do you feel? And what do you need today? Wriggle your toes and your fingers, and then extend really, really long and squeeze your muscles a lot. Smile, feel a really beautiful warmth in your heart, and just roll to the left. Just take a moment here. We have choices moment in, moment out as to how we carry ourselves through our day. Things are going to happen. We're going to be faced with challenges and discomfort, but 99% of the time we are not being chased by the tiger. So we can still stay safe and open even when it's uncomfortable. Slowly bring yourself up to seated. So just a reminder that a body that is closed, as in here, shoulders in, neck tension, jaw tension, is a body that cannot receive or give love. So take a moment to roll your shoulders back, grow long in your spine, and lift up your chin slightly, and that helps you access your prefrontal cortex. And this is the place in our brain where we can see and we know we have a choice to respond, not react. So take this with you today. I see you, body. I feel your emotion, and it's okay. What is it that my heart needs? Bring your thumbs to your prefrontal cortex, honoring this incredible place in the brain that we as humans have. Honoring yourself and your body and saying thank you. And of course, from my heart to yours, namaste. Oh, welcome to your day. Whatever time you're practicing this, I'd love to know. Wherever you're practicing this, I'd love to know. If you enjoyed a little bit of that kind of primal play through the practice, let me know if you'd like to see more of that. And also if you'd be interested in a 3-part series, and this will be a 3-part practice of like a flow yoga, yin yoga, and a bit of a movement practice. So helping us tune in to what it is we need on different days where we might be feeling a little bit unregulated in our nervous system, we might be feeling really exhausted and tired, and that's where a yin practice might come in, or we might be feeling completely like just stressed or like just fidgety or anxious, and that's where maybe a little slow movement practice might come in. Or maybe we're feeling stuck and stagnant and unmotivated and just heavy, and that's where maybe the flow yoga might shift us back to regulation. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about the autonomic nervous system and the Be Here method, and how we can use our body to literally recognize what it looks like, sounds like, and feels like, I'll be having my next nervous system reset online course in November. So comment below if you are interested and I can send you some details. Fully online, and it's basically a somatic practice to learn how to listen to the body from the inside out and to recognize that when things show up in our body, it's trying to talk to us. So it's about being gentle with those things instead of judging them. Remember, as always, it's up to us to choose how we see it, and we always have a choice to watch your language. You can order my book online or through the link below, or jump on over to my Instagram, watch.ya.language, to grab yourself a copy today. So much love. I'd love to know how you found that practice. It was lovely to share with you all again, and thank you as always for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me to help you. Namaste.